Hey guys, my twin flame lovers. I wanted to talk about the twin flame separation path as a path of ascension and the purpose behind it. First of all, I want to share that my twin flame separation path was exquisitely painful. It was mixed with so many gems. It caused me to crack open on so many levels, and I'm forever thankful for that twin flame mirror in the moment. The person that I was in twin flame separation with is not someone I would consider to be my true twin flame. He was actually a false twin flame. And then when I was with my twin flame, my husband, Jack, we've been together in our early stages. We had a beautiful opening. Things moved super fast. There were like no problems, and then boom, it exploded. And that separation also cracked us both open and created this amazing deepening in our foundation as a twin flame couple. So I want to talk about the purpose, about what to expect in the twin flame separation, about like, why does the universe give us this separation, expansion, contraction dance that seems to be on some level never ending? Because even though I've been in union with my life partner, my twin flame, for the last 10 years, we still have moments of that divine union completely merged and then that contraction pushing away. Sometimes it's a beautiful sacred flow. Sometimes it's just like a freaking fumble where we drop the ball on that one. We have an argument or a misunderstanding, or we're just in our own lives. And maybe it's connected to trauma. Maybe it's connected to just being distracted, something like that. So first of all, I want to say the reason I'm lying down is I am 3.5 months pregnant, and I just danced my ass off for 2 hours. It was amazing. Then I took an incredible self-care raw food lunch with a rose truffle, and I'm doing a lot of divine feminine awakening self-care. You can see my divine feminine baby belly bump. My body is just like really changing. So I just hope that you feel inspired by me laying down to remind you it's okay to rest. It's okay to be chill. And I've just been moving into this more 5D divine feminine space of just letting spirit guide me, pushing less, having abundance flow in without trying. And that used to not be my operating system. I used to push, high achieve, go, burn out, recover, push to the edge. And as a 45-year-old to-be mom, I'm 44 now, but I'll be 45 when I birth this little love child, I ain't got the gas to just like burn. I know burning the candle at two ends when you're, in this meat suit. So I'm just celebrating being able to really rejuvenate with you as I teach and share. So blessed that you're here with me. So twin flame separation, like sometimes we feel, oh dear, the whole point of it is to punish me, or there's something wrong with me. Like everybody's married and everybody's happy, and I'm just like this person that's chasing after someone, or I'm dysfunctional. We can label ourselves, we can label our lives, we can label the universe, God, source as like, this isn't working. And that is so not the point. And I totally understand anybody who gets stuck in that, because I had a twin flame separation like experience. So, like I said, with my false twin flame for 5 years, I thought this person was going to come back. I put a lot of energy invested into that union, and it was not for my highest good. And my higher self knew that, but my ego was like, I need him. He's my true twin flame. If I mess this up, then I'll never meet anybody else on that level, on that deep soul level. And there's a lot of, I would say, maybe propaganda or myths or misconceptions about the twin flame theory. I was feeling like if I mess this up, then I mess like this lifetime. I disappoint the angels, I disappoint God. And it was actually the opposite of that. It was actually, can I be true to myself, be loving, and honor what's happening, which is that he's not there. He's abandoning me, and that is not what I deserve. And by pulling my energy into myself, reconnecting to my God, goddess of the heart space, and really coming alive in my passion, my feminine energy, doing the things that were just so soul nourishing for me. I then kicked out any energy that wasn't in alignment, and like this person just dropped away from my life, and it got to a place where I felt actually good about that versus I've messed it up. But at the time, for the very first few years, I was so confused and it was so painful. And I have, my heart goes out to those who wake up on their ascension journey through the ignition of the twin flame union, or a twin flame like union, whether it's a false twin flame, a karmic soulmate, a near-death experience, and someone comes through and you're just in this deep open space, or you're on your ascension journey, and then life comes quite alive and you start manifesting soul connections that are inexplicable. Sometimes there's sacred synchronicities, like, oh my gosh, every time I look at the clock, it's 11:11 when I think of this person. And sometimes these are true signs that this person is our twin flame. Other times it's a sign that we're waking up. It's a sign that we are on the twin flame path with ourself, the inner union, which is our divine feminine, our divine masculine is connecting in, as well as above, so below. Our spirit is really connecting in with our human self, our body. I sometimes work with high power business women, and they're like, I never knew I was spiritual. I thought I was just, success, money, drive, go, marriage, do, push, take care of the kids. And then all of a sudden it's like the red pill in the matrix came to them, or the blue pill, whichever one it is. And they just, boom, their spiritual eye opened. Maybe it was through some type of dream or plant medicine, or a lot of times it's a combination, a family member passing or having some kind of really intense spiritual experience, and everything just comes alive and changes. And then of course, with that, everything in their life unfolds, including sometimes there's a soulmate or a twin flame, or some character walks into the movie, right, to push us to the new edge, to see things differently. And all of a sudden we're like, whoa, it's not just about conversations and marriage and communication and, running a household or dating and being sexy. It's like everything is operating on a soul level. And so I bring this up because sometimes the twin flame separation phase is like a tug of war between the soul or spirit and the human self. And the human self is like, I think this is what I need. And the spirit, the higher self, is like, I think this is what we need. And then it's like, I need this, I need that. And so your twin flame is a holographic mirror of your oversoul. So you and your twin flame share the same oversoul. And it's hard to say. I think we actually all share the same oversoul, which is the universe. And underneath that is like the logos, the consciousness, the divine mind of our galaxy. And then we have different pieces of that. We're little fractals, or our own individual human selves, but we're all part of the same ray of unity consciousness. Just like we're all made of stardust, we are all made of stars, as Moby says. And we're also like, I'm in a body that's named Dr. Amanda Noel. You're in your body, and we're all individuals having this experience of oneness together. So your twin flame is a mirror of your higher self-consciousness. And sometimes we tune into this higher self-consciousness, and we connect with someone that isn't necessarily our twin flame forever this lifetime. It might be someone that comes in for a mere season, an important reason. They come, they open you up, they crack you open, boom, they leave you, or the chapter's done. And even part of the purpose is, can you surrender? Can you let go? Can you heal? So our minds and our egos and even our physical human bodies, which are rooted in the root chakra, the survival, the primal animal instincts, our sexual desires, like those things, while they're somewhat important, don't really matter to our spirit. And our spiritual chakras, we're just like free flow, we're all one, doesn't matter. Your twin flame needs to just be someone that is completely putting you on a spiritual ascension path. And sometimes if we're just operating from spirit that can really kick our butts in the physical world. It can put us in union in dysfunctional relationships where you're just like, I feel such a soul path with this person, but they're like in a marriage, they're not leaving. And sometimes those situations do change as we align. And that's why we want to keep aligning our chakras, keep healing ourselves, keep following our truth. And sometimes as we discover who we truly are and we switch into our own signature soul song, as they say, our own frequency, our own truth in our chakras, then the person steps away. That's what happened to me with my false twin flame. And then as I authentically birthed myself into the new me, then my husband came through. And at the beginning of my union with Jack, my husband, my now husband, I absolutely struggled. I was like, why is the universe putting me with this person? And I could feel my higher self was like, because, dude, he is your divine partner. Energetically, he's perfect for you. On a soul level, he's perfect for you. And he's a really great match. But in my mind, I was like, he is too young. He's almost a decade younger. He's 25. I'm 34. I want to have kids. Like, I have a successful business. He's barely just left his engineering job and has no income, is living with his family. Like, I had all these preconceived notions of why our relationship was going to fail. And also I was really cool and popular in high school, and he was kind of a nerdy guy. And I had all these like judgments really that were quite mean. And my spirit, my higher self was like, doesn't this feel right? Don't you know this is part of your purpose? Can't you love him unconditionally? Don't you like to let go of judgment? And aren't you kind of a soul, a nerd in a spiritual closet, and you're acting all cool and wearing all the LA dresses and doing Botox and all the fun, cool girl things with a dose of self-hatred? And aren't you wanting someone to unconditionally love you? And so I kept on push-pulling with my partner, and there was a lot of runner-chaser dynamics that were on my end. And then it flipped at some point, and he kind of got me back. He put the ring on me, proposed, and then he went through his own journey. But the purpose of this video is to share the purpose of the twin flame separation and the runner chaser dynamic that ultimately is never going to end. And I'd like to talk about how it's kind of like the kundalini of, our kundalini goes left and right and up and down. And a relationship is going to ebb and flow. It's going to be high. It's going to be low. We have highs and lows. We sleep. We're active. We have this polarity. And there are seasons and even parts of our day where we might snap at our partner, or we have like a disconnect. There are times where we're totally merged and things are just flowing and orgasmic and wonderful and blissful. So the point of the twin flame union, as much as we thought years ago, because of all the Hollywood programs and fairy tale stories that we were fed as children, like someday when your prince or princess comes, it's not just high all the time. There are highs, and there are lows. And so we need to learn how to navigate through those. And when we navigate through the lows, we stretch more into the highs. When we separate and individuate, it creates polarity so that we come back into union with more spice to offer. There's a term that I've been hearing, which is like a sacred polarity reset. I don't know if I got that right, but sometimes couples that have been together for some time need to go into a separation or a sacred polarity reset where they go into their man cave and their goddess temples, and they go off and do different things. Or even every week, like she'll go to a women's circle, he'll go to a men's circle, or a sweat lodge, spa day. Those are the kind of things we do in our family. It's important to take care of your duties as a mother, a wife, be in your job. And we also really need those times to just be with ourselves and to feed our feminine and masculine energy. So women, it's really important to find those soul sister circles or whatever you really resonate and identify with as like nourish your feminine energy. Men, go nourish your masculine energy or feed your masculine energy. Go out in the forest, forage, fight, be a man. So hold on. Sorry, we got interrupted, guys. Got a delivery person at the door. Anyways, so polarity is one of the positive aspects of the twin flame separation. And when we have a runner, it usually means that there's something that is not being, a need that's not being met for that runner. And it's an opportunity for both parties, the runner and the chaser, to really identify what is their unmet need. Because if one person has a need that's unmet, it's going to be unmet for both people. Like if you're like, I need to spend more time, well, I need more freedom, or I'm not clear about this, well, I am clear. It's like, well, you're not clear about the lack of clarity that's in your relationship that's showing up, or you're not, you might want to have time from that person. You're not getting enough time. You want more, but you don't really want it if the person is feeling smothered or like they don't want to spend that amount of time. So there's usually work to do, clearing, healing, etc. And that space actually will allow the runner to feel more free, to feel more safe. We often think that, oh my gosh, if they're a runner, then they're so confident, they're playing hard to get, they have it all, and I'm needy and there's something wrong with me. But actually, sometimes runners are running because they're running from their own trauma, or they're running from a fear, they're running from love, they're running from good things, and they need to actually feel safe. Like, I'm not claustrophobic. Thank you for giving me permission to run. And so while it's important not to just be a doormat and be like, you can just run whenever you want, I'll always be around waiting for you, it is important, if you're going to be in union, to let your partner have that breathing room, to let them identify their needs of what they want, to give them that space. And oftentimes, I know I'm someone like this, that my partner will, just being a woman, I can be very, not clingy isn't the word, but I can just be very like comfortable spending lots of time together and getting super bonded. And he'll be like, I need to go out and do something. I need to like have some space. And the second he goes, I'm like, no. And then the second, I'm like, to rearrange the furniture. And then like by the end of the day, when he comes back, if he comes back that day, the whole house is like all this magical energy. I've like created all these like beautiful recipes. I've like done my hair. I've like done a workout, called girlfriends. Like I'm in this incredible flow. And he comes back and he's like, I need to leave you more often. Your energy is awesome. You're so sexy. We come back with this polarity reset. So it's important to create spaces for that. If you're going to be in a twin flame conscious relationship, whatever you label it as, it's really helpful to have date nights. It's helpful to have sacred resets like that. Like maybe it's a 3-day break away from each other. Maybe somebody goes up to the mountains. There's so many different ways to do it, but doing it regularly, at least momentarily throughout the day, really connect and get in that space where you're just fully tapped into you, kind of clear their energy out. As much as it's beautiful to be in union, it's also important to be able to clear your person out every single day and come back into yourself. And then from that place, you have the polarity that when you merge back together, you have a clean grounding cord. You have a foundation, a center point. So you're not just circling and spiraling in chaos of mush of a relationship where there's no polarity, who's leading, who's following, who am I, what do I want? You're clear. So hopefully I've brought it home to you that the sacred phase of twin flame separation is like a polar aspect of the union, and you really do need both. And it doesn't mean that you're always breaking up, getting back together, breaking up. That's not the point. Hopefully you get to a place where you're in union, or you find arrangements that feel really great, that you are honoring your union, however it looks for you. And with that, creating the structure as well as fluidity so you can each breathe, come into your own autonomous, independent space so that you can therefore become interdependent, grow each other, expand each other bless each other out more, all of those good things. So thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here on my channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Subscribe, like, it helps us out to hopefully hit 50K subscribers as we're doing this reset on my channel. / Jack will be stopping by at some point again, I'm sure. And you can check him out on Crypto Astro, his new channel he launched last year, which is doing really well. I'm so proud of him. All right, guys, namaste, namaste.